Why is every kindergarten teacher female? 1. Women tend to more interested in teaching very young kids. Whether they're socialized to think this or it's something inherent is another question. 2. A lot of people are suspicious of men who would voluntarily spend time with young children. Let me tell you a story. I am 21 years old, male, and currently I am working on my Abitur, the highest school degree in Germany possible. I do that on a berufliches Gymnasium, a school that in addition to math, German, English, history etc. teaches a few classes that are more work-oriented, like economy classes, architecture and stuff like that. I am one of 3 guys in a class of 28 students. Our focus lays on Erziehungswissenschaften, so basically the theory behind raising children. Everything I learn is about mother-child relationship. Every kindergarten teacher in every case study is female, and even my teachers talk in female forms. Most of the time. When there is a father in the story, he is violent or troublesome in another way. The only male school personnel we ever worked on was a trainee teacher who didn't understand that a 14-year-old girl had a crush on him and that he has to learn a few things about empathy in his line of work. I want to go into helping troubled kids, because I was a troubled kid before. But now I know, people don't want me to look after their children. They don't trust me. They don't see me even as a possibility. It's incredibly disheartening, and I sometimes struggle with motivation because of this. I still get good grades, but I can never forget fact I am job wanted in the field of working with kids. Clearly you've never watched Kindergarten Cop. My firstborn is a girl. When she went to KG, her teacher was a young man. I instantly hated him. I was leaving my baby girl with some random dude? Oh no. Well, by the midpoint of the year I had a complete change of heart. He is a great teacher. I was super happy to hear he changed to grade 4 just in time for my daughter to be back in his class. He is a vice principal now, and a pillar of the school. I super happy both of my kids had a chance to learn from him. I'm a male substitute teacher who only teaches in elementary schools. Let me just say that kindergarten classes are very difficult, and not all teachers, men or women, want this grade in general. Males also make up a single-digit percentage of all teachers in elementary schools. So the numbers teaching K are going to be very, very small. In my opinion, some of it comes down to outdated gender stereotypes. It's the same reason so few men become stay-at-home dads, and why women feel pressured if they put their careers ahead of staying at home themselves. Whether you teach or stay home with your kids as a man, a lot of what will make it work for you will be how forward-thinking and accepting people are in your community. Social pressure is a very strong influence. I have a ton of support, which I'm grateful for. Edited to add, personally, I don't work with K students often because I haven't developed a good skill set to work with the age group yet. My schools have subs who do have that skill set and are going to be so much more effective than I. In K you are teaching the kids how to be students, so it's different from teaching other age groups. My classroom experience is first and up, so that's where I'm spending my time. I would have loved to be a kindergarten teacher, but I dislike being suspected of child abuse. A 35-year career is a long time with a lot of students and parents. Because parents are more comfortable leaving their very young child with a female over a male. Because we've trained ourselves to see females as caregivers and the kids still need care at that age. Supervising children under 10 has been women's work for centuries. That hasn't changed with the implementation of public school systems and because a few really terrible males ruin teaching little children for the rest of you. Because men are looked at suspiciously when it comes to healthcare or young children. For example, in care homes, men aren't allowed to help a female resident with any personal care alone. This is why, whether that belief is justified or not, https www.latimes.com/local/laxpm 2013 November 15 Lame 1116 Miramonte 201311116 story.html. Mark Berndt, the teacher who committed lewd acts against nearly 24 Los Angeles schoolchildren, was sentenced Friday to 25 years in prison after facing the parents of his victims, many of whom berated him for stealing the innocence of their children. Berndt, who taught at Miramonte Elementary School for 3 decades, pleaded no contest to 23 counts of lewd conduct. The allegations against him included spoon-feeding semen to blindfolded children as part of what he purportedly called a tasting game. Female teachers who are predators prey mostly on high school students. While still wrong, it's the high-profile and disgusting acts that some male teachers have done to younger children that resonate in the public's mind. 80% of elementary school teachers are women, and the 20% that are male are very unlikely to ever hurt a child aside from the rate bad apples. Still, the percentages are what they are because of high-profile crimes. 1. Women who go into teaching are more likely to choose to teach kindergarten because it is mostly nurturing. 2. Men who go into teaching are more likely to choose higher levels, junior high, high school, college, because there is more instruction and less babysitting. 3. Lots of people, both men and women, are suspicious of the intentions of men around prepubescent children, incentivizing those men who would be interested in teaching kindergarten to choose other levels to teach. I've seen a few male elementary school teachers. Not many. Those that are in elementary are much more likely to be in 4th grade and above. This post has nearly 500 comments, so I'm sure you'll never see this. I just want to say that the comedian Joe Dombrowski is a kindergarten teacher. He does stand-up sets about his interactions with the kindergartners and it's fantastic. Look him up on YouTube or Instagram. Perception: it's a female job. Low pay and the status. There was a panic about men abusing kids in the 80s that has not gone away. It's almost impossible to abuse kids in these places. Insulting to assume men go into this to do that. Kids benefit so much from male teachers and good role models. Men who do it love it. You become a king to these kids. Kenny was a kindergarten teacher until he fed this diabetic horse some popcorn. There was just a post on AITA where a guy's wife put in a complaint about a male caregiver at their child's preschool. The caregiver had recently lost his teaching job when the school shut down. She couldn't put her finger on it. She just had a hunch that something was wrong with him and filed a complaint. The preschool opened an investigation based on her complaint and he quit. Wouldn't they have vetted him before hiring? The wife viewed his quitting as validation that there was indeed some hidden issue. When pressed, the only thing she noted was that she came in once and he had 2 young children on his lap. The op had noted that the female caregivers often did the same thing. Who would want these kinds of suspicions over their head all the time? Not every, but there are few men in the profession. It's possible you've never met one. Unfortunately, men still get shamed for having interests or pursuing careers considered feminine by society. Parents would be dubious about leaving their kindergarten kids with a male adult. Also, women are supposed to have that maternal instinct, so they would be more interested in teaching kids and treat them well. Society doesn't trust men around children. It's socially acceptable to see a woman wanting to be around young children. It's seen as weird and creepy to see a man wanting the same. I've taught kindergarten and I'm a man. It has always been so much fun and wonderful. What a wonderful age. Kindergarten-aged kids are so incredibly curious and they remind me to stay young and have fun. In many parts of the world throughout history and to this day, women are discouraged or outright prevented from most forms of gainful employment and pigeonholed into a select few low-paying career paths, such as a childhood education. In addition, patriarchal ideals and sexist views toward men make it difficult for men interested in early childhood education to turn it into a career. Many parents have issue with a man caring for young children and think that it should be a woman's job. And unfortunately, if enough parents have issue with it, even for dumb reasons, it makes it pretty much impossible for a man to hold that job.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TeodoroCast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.